okay, bro, now is the time. Breaking down walls. Okay, let's go there then.
Yeah, him just hitting me really hard, and I was just like, level of strength. Put that in that pot. You know what I mean?
He described you and me.
Yeah, I am making a conscious effort and physical effort to put myself into a place where I can find healing.
Do one camera in the corner there facing this way. So you'll see me kind of more in the foreground, and then not because of what other people would think, but because how I feel thinking about it.
Who the fuck was allowing us to bust 40-ounce ball?
Right when he talked about his suicide, I was like, we was talking about you maybe talking about it.
Yeah.
I was like, well, this automatic, but.
So going through all these things, it led me to a dark place where I tried committing suicide. Crazy. And that's somebody that I'm not.
Bro,
that's heavy.
It's super heavy. Because, as somebody that kind of lived a life of worrying about what other people think, the last thing on my mind was to talk about the darkest moments of my life. But you know what, bro? I feel lighter right now. I tried to kill myself too. And this was a little over a year ago. It's that recent.
The burden or the weight, it is heavy. That's the thing, bro. Like suicide is heavy. No pun intended, because when he said that was a visual thing for me when that piece of the ceiling fan mount came out.
And it felt like, the Hulk. It felt like when big hand just went whack and pulled, when you have the ceiling fan, you have the metal brace on it, it ripped off.
Wow.
I thought it was matching to the content I was listening to, like heavy weight, pulling downwards. And even like the weight that was like, he's always tense. When you like holding weight on your shoulders, there was like this weight, and I could like see it welling up. Like, okay, bro, now is the time. and breaking down walls. That's what me and Kay was talking about, a year ago. Because breaking down walls is a figurative term as well. Like that was a literal breaking of a wall. This is the lane we stay in podcasting and men talking and man-to-man conversations. We don't pass. But that was one of those breaking down wall moments where it's like, okay, let's go there then.
Yeah.
And you both went, and I could see his reaction to your story the same way I saw your reaction to his story, and the same way I'm sure a lot of people are reacting out there too.
Yeah.
So there's there's a lot of humility. Vulnerability, I think, is a better word. So you went there.
I sure did, Kenji. But, I'm starting to understand how therapeutic doing a podcast, having a conversation on camera with someone and just giving yourself to it and being in the moment, staying present, being honest, how it can be therapeutic. Because when I rewatched this, bro, you know what I mean? But I already have went through hiding it, dealing with it by myself internally, mentally. That's what I every time I came in, I blocked it out of my memory. I forgot I did that for 8 months, 9 months.
Was that at the Residence Inn?
Yeah, the time you came.
That night?
Bro, I don't remember. I thought
that
you
night
knew.
I show up? No, I knew because Mom called me, and she just said, "Suicide, your brother, Residence Inn, Kapolei."
Fuck.
And I was in the truck. So I don't know if it was. I don't know the delay between you telling Mom to Mom telling me, but there was no delay when Mom told me. I just went 10 minutes later. I was with you outside in the parking lot. So I didn't know if it was like something that I had no idea.
It must have already happened.
Because I knew you was already drunk.
Yeah.
I knew you was out of it mentally, physically too, because that bar from Gabe about spirits.
They don't call it spirits for nothing. You know, they even say that when you drink, you're opening yourself up to the spiritual realm, right? And so when you're heavily into it and you're in a depressive mind state, they're just feeding thoughts and getting in your head.
I didn't think about it, but that made so much sense. Like you're letting the spirit in you, for better or worse.
Yeah.
You know, like we're literally letting the spirits inside us.
Opening up the door to
yeah.
all the spirits that want to see that.
They
that
just need
feed off of that
a little
energy.
crack. And when I saw you at that point in the parking lot
Yeah.
of that hotel, I knew they were in already. Like the door was wide open, and the spirits had a hold, and I was like, "Oh fuck! I never seen my bro like this, but he's here." You know what I mean? Like I was like, "Okay, he's not like we gotta knock on a locked door and hope for the best. Like he's here, but this tight shit wasn't there. It was that was another again echoing your guys' conversation. That was a different tie I met that night.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not there anymore, bro. You know?
All of us, bro.
And I'm glad that that moment has come and passed. You know, now in life, when I see my daughters, actually after this conversation, when I see my daughters next, bro, I am going to hug them and love them. You know, it's the whole timeline is kind of interesting to me. You know, but what I'm more proud of is that I overcame it. You know what I mean? At this point, I don't feel bad for myself. I don't need pity from anybody. I don't need anybody to. I did everything that I could do to bring me to this point, and I just want to rock it forward now with intention and be present in the moments that are ahead of me, and be with good people. And you know, I owe a lot of my my strength to you, Kenji. You know, I was like, for how I've treated you when we grew up, you know, I used to steal this guy's money.
Missing 20s all day.
He had a freaking pencil box full of hundreds of dollars in 20s.
Christmas money, birthday money.
I used to jack 20s, dog.
I know. My inventory days, I would be like, how come there's less 20s?
And you never said anything. I'm sorry.
I know. But same time, I knew it was like, it wasn't mom. Like who else? It ain't gonna be mom.
Yeah.
But it didn't mean that much to me. Like even today, I think about money in a similar way. Like I know it's important. I know how to use it, but I don't think it's the end all be all. It's not what I chase. And I think that's kind of where the conversation you and Gabriel just had kind of landed was more. He said it in the context of creating or opening a new gym, a jiu-jitsu gym, where it can create the foundation for my family. But I think he explicitly also said, like, I know it's not gonna make a lot of money doing jiu-jitsu, but it's a foundation.
I'm planning on hopefully opening up a gym, a jiu-jitsu gym.
Your own gym.
Yes.
And the bigger thing he's doing then is the impact. So impact over income is how I interpreted this example of one person opening a business in Hawaii in 2024 or 25, whatever. He's doing it for the impact, the reach, the influence, and the income is enough to keep a family, to give him a foundation. You know, he's not chasing the guy who sold $20 from his, pencil container years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the same way, and I feel like a lot of people who are in the jits, like, tell me not. Jits is on a pretty exponential rise in the last 10 years. Just look back. And I think it's for a lot of the reasons he highlighted when you said, why should I do jiu-jitsu? A lot of those things, because it's true. It's problem solving in life. And you guys connected on this really, really hard problem that you guys both had. and then how you not figured it out and we done for good. It's an endless, any black belt. I feel like the more higher up you get, the more brown belt, black belts out there realize the more white belt they are. And then the more white belt you are, the more black belt you think you are. Because you think it's A to Z, and then I'm done. But reaching a level of cyclical thinking, like life, like us, multi-generational, the way dad gave you cupcakes is how you gave your daughter cupcakes, and like, you know, it's cyclical in nature. Which, by the way, I forgot about. I don't even know if you ever told me that story.
The cupcake
The cupcake story.
But Ross still brings it up.
He would.
This motherfucker.
If anybody is Ross, he would bring that shit up.
My dad brought cupcakes for me on my birthday. Now the class is gonna sing. This is amazing. Cause the cupcakes was stale. The cupcakes was still had on 20% off clearance sticker on the cupcakes.
Nobody saying.
Dog. You know how I got teased to high school cause
Not.
your dad brought stuff. Oh, like
He was calling you
like
cupcake.
Ty's
Yeah.
cupcakes, huh? This dad, you know, it's just one of those things like, you know, kids they're brutal and they're just, you know, and that particular situation made me salty at my dad because
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Even though it was a great deed, he did an honorable thing by bringing his son, showing up. He showed up.
Yep.
But as a kid, after already having that relationship with him where he said he's coming, he don't come. He said he's coming, he loves me, but he don't come. He calls twice a year. And then for the stale cupcake situation to happen, bro, I was done with this dude. I was done.
You, bro.
And is that fair? No, that's not fair. Now that I think about it, I would hate. Hey, get this.
Frick
dog.
that, it's fair. Nah.
Hey, get this. This it even gets funnier, bro.
Was Maka Kilo days?
Yeah, Makila Elementary, dog.
He brought still.
He brought still the cupcakes, bro.
I didn't know
It was because Safeway, you know.
Yeah,
And then you know how they get their clearance
yeah,
stuff.
clearance.
Which, you know, hey, like the gesture itself is not, bro. It was like, what a great father. For our dad,
Yeah,
to have made time to do that.
That's major. Like you said, that is major.
Bro, thank you, Dad. You know what I mean for that.
Yeah.
But it was just the when you
twist.
Look at, the twist. The crazy. It's like a movie, bro. And then like
Bruh.
I just saw all the kids notice that it was.
At the same time, everyone's like,
I remember like it was yesterday, dog. I
That's
just
how
remember,
trauma
like,
works,
I
huh?
remember when I've been into it. I was like,
and you look around.
and I just remember just seeing everybody kind of one by one put it down. Some kids wouldn't bang them.
Yeah, of course.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Some kids, hey, bro, it's okay, you know, eat all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. This still has frosting. Frosting's not stale.
Frosting
But
is good.
I remember just the actual cupcake part being dry and just crumbling.
Cardboard. like,
Yeah.
just-
And it's not Dad's fault. He got the clearance cupcakes. It's just, it's not his fault. You know what I mean? Like, you take that chance if you buy the clearance cupcakes. But really, I mean, I you know, at this stage in life, like the gesture was the most important thing. And I think just as a kid, dealing with kids teasing you, and I guarantee you this, bro.
yeah.
I became the kid that teased people after that.
Is that the turning point?
I think, bro. Because I got teased so much.
And you're
for
like,
that, you know, and it was so sore. And I was like, I had to, you know, change the tide and be the one to like tease before I got teased.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the feeling so much that I was always beating motherfuckers to the punch when it came to joking. I'm gonna tease you for you tease me.
I know this.
And then get everybody to laugh and then get behind me so that I'm not the one that they're teasing.
You're front running the teasing, the pain, because you know it's gonna happen. You've experienced it.
And the bullying, bro. I used to bully fuckers, you know, and not in the terms of like I'm gonna take your chain, but I was a mental
Emotional.
bully, bro.
Yeah.
I was a mental bully, bro. Just going around wreaking havoc on
Teasing.
all the soft kids.
Teasing.
Because I was the tormented soft kid that didn't want to get hurt again. So I'm gonna go out and hurt people before they hurt me.
Hurt people, hurt people.
Hurt people, hurt people.
That's classic, which is crazy because it started from a place of love and joy, glee, the way you're like, whoa, Dad showed up. and that turned into this twist. That is the act one of a movie, actually, if you think about like formatting and storytelling.
Yeah.
Because it takes a turn.
Yeah.
And now we're in act two of like, okay, this person is changing. This person is transforming into a tease master, a havoc wreaker. I mean, everybody on that bus to Honokai knew there was a hierarchy.
Yeah.
And if you ever had to ride a bus with different age kids, you know, not just the age hierarchy, you're fourth grade, I'm third grade. You're that's a sixth grader, and he owned Brada, and he get 5 cousins. You know what I mean? Like, everyone knows a hierarchy, but I add on top of that the layer of power. Who can say what to who can actually, words, but then also who can punch who.
Yeah.
Right? Who can punk who?
Alan Slate was the one that, like, nobody wanted to mess with him because, you know, he was the biggest, strongest, roughest dude in our neighborhood.
The old, tall.
For our age group.
Right. Relative, right?
Yeah.
Power is relative too. So that aspect, though, I think is what forged us.
Yeah.
And many others who had to find themselves in similar situations.
And then Bubba, I remember Bubba, he was young, he was your age, but
Yeah.
I remember boxing him and him just hitting me really hard. And I was just like, okay, that's some different, you know, level of strength for our age.
How come my ear is still ringing?
Yeah. I remember even Matt Espiritu and punched me hard. I remember like, you know, boxing at the canals.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, fuck, you know, there's certain guys, you know, like box, and then there's a certain guys that you do like box, because then I'm Matt Espiritu too, or Bubba to you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's crazy.
Pecking
bro.
order.
The pecking order
For males in nature.
Yeah.
That's a real thing, bro.
And he had brothers like Jake Kamakahi, who was like a couple years older than us, but just the bigger, stronger guy.
Yeah. And Bronson, remember Bronson? He never he never go school with us, but he was a big Hawaiian brother. Bronson not Salvador.
Paishan.
I think it Pony.
Paishan.
Yeah.
Paishan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a big brother too.
So it's like different, like he's a question mark to everybody because you're not on. Wait, he did go to school with us.
Bronson?
Paishans. No, they never.
They went Kamehameha.
They come Kamehameha.
Well, at a certain point, they got into Kamehameha, I think.
But there was a point of over. Point being, his two
He was
houses
busting
away.
fireworks with those
His
fuckers.
2 houses away from us.
Yeah.
But was he in all the shenanigans with us? You know what I mean?
No.
So that's the kind of thing, bro. Like our environment, we being products of our environment. But now, as fathers, we want to create the environment that our children grow up in.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the cyclical thing, bro. We never gonna stop learning.
No.
We never gonna be finished. Like that's in a way why I like video more than, you know, I started like being an artist with like acrylics, well actually spray paint, graffiti, Portland. So that was me like going hard into what we would call art, creativity. Maybe let's be real, we call it vandalism too. But
Shout out to Hero.
yeah. And
And Tom.
everybody's still carrying a torch. Like
Handle that.
once you do it, you cannot unsee it. So I see you guys getting up, and I love it. But I like how there's a multifaceted part where when you see something like a piece, okay, let's just talk graffiti. If I see like a 5-color burner, great position, it's done already.
Yeah.
You don't see it in the act, which every now and then, and one time in Tokyo, I remember seeing someone get up somewhere. I was like, ooh, I'm seeing it happen, unfold, which I think is an advantage given to musicians. You're watching it in real time. And your feedback to them, there's a feedback loop, how hyped the crowd is and how it changes and influences the performance. And then back to the audience, there's a feedback loop. Whereas with art, it's done. And then you see it. This is a little bit different because the timepiece, like you could watch this today, you could watch this in 2024, 2034. You know what I mean? And it's very different. That's why I like the behind the scenes part, the craft, the art of video. I think there is a language in art there. And certain grammatical rules of video, so to speak. And so when you can speak it in real time, I think there's a piece of that I'm discovering now. That's a little bit of Kenji discovers, is this art feedback loop within the video realm. I don't even know what it is, right? But I feel like there is something there that is a little bit more involved, and the participants create a feedback loop with the creator, just like in music on the stage. I like that. I'm drawn to that now because I've came from you have no idea what I did to create that. It's just done and it's on a wall and you can see it. But everybody, hero, like everybody knows, like planning the spot, scoping the spot, getting to the spot, leaving the spot. All these things are part of the art that are just unseen and forgotten. Whereas if we can involve people in that process, getting to the spot, leaving the spot, like those, I'm sure military people can relate in some way. Like getting there and leaving there are just as important as what you got to do when you're there. And so if we're doing that with art, this is part of that. Like we hit a mission just now, and this is us getting back.
Well, I mean, that's the kind of is related to what I was saying about seeing everything as art. I'm glad I got that out, because that's something that I was thinking about, that I eventually want to do a written piece and talk to the camera. But the seeing everything as art, this is to me a fascinating new creative outlet. And there's a lot of it's a constant balancing act. It takes a certain understanding of what the end product is going to be for you, for me to guide the guest, or give a little bit more or pull back a little bit, what to ask, when to ask, allow the emotions to flow. Okay, it's starting, this is the end of that conversation, let's segue into something else. And to experience a spectrum of emotions in one podcast like we did today, as comfortable as it was, as engaging as Gabriel was. You see, he's one of those men that can look into your eyes and there's no, oh, this feels gay or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like it's like he's a enlightened spirit or soul that has went through a lot of trauma in this life, but has come to terms with it and is addressing it daily. And his purpose is to nurture other people, and particularly, I think, men. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he's going out to women and being like, all up in there.
How are you?
Yeah, I don't think he's doing it like that.
His account of someone telling him, like, I see you nurturing men, was it? He said something like that, right?
That didn't have a father.
Right.
I'm essentially that, right?
Proof positive. I mean,
that's crazy. Put that in that pod. You know what I mean? Because, like, honestly, bro,
he described you and me.
Yeah.
Right. And if you think of again, I'm just pulling from your guys' conversation, right? The idea of like a church being a hospital.
At the time, I didn't realize that the church is like a hospital. It's full of sick people.
Which I'm curious to hear more people who regularly go to church. I want to hear their take on that, because I could see it going both ways. Like, don't disgrace our holy place and call it like a hospital. I could see that side as well as the other side, like nodding heads. Because like no one, what do you mean everyone here is sick? Everyone's trying to fix something. Everyone here is broken. Everyone has ailments, right? Like I could see that argument, and the other side of it being more, well, are we actually healthy? That's my question I have. Like, so how healthy, and how do you measure the health of a person if we're using this hospital,
analogy? Parallel? Yeah, everybody has varying degrees of health when it comes to spiritual health, right? Yeah. And not everybody goes to the hospital for the same reason. I think that analogy would resonate with the majority of people that do go to church, because maybe not everybody's broken, but there you are sitting next to somebody that's possibly broken. The common denominator in people physically going to church is kind of what he said about jiu-jitsu, is that the hardest part is getting there. Show up, right? And the intention for showing up to church, which is another wall that was broken down for me in this past year, is that I am making a conscious effort and physical effort to put myself into a place where I can find healing and find meaning to this challenging life that I have, and creating a connection with God, and knowing that there's a higher power, or just not knowing, right? You're believing. You're choosing to believe. Because everybody has different beliefs, and you choose as humans. That's one of the beautiful things about being a human, is that you can choose to believe whatever you want, and we're all different. I believe that there's a higher power. So when I surround myself with other people that feel the same way, as a collective, we're all literally just trying to better our life. That's what church is for me. It's like we're all here, and no matter the situation, you could just be somebody that's doing your yearly checkup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that everything's good. And when I hear the word, that's affirmation. I'm on the right path, right?
I guess what I'm saying is, I like, if I were to make an analogy, I would say gym versus hospital.
Oh, interesting.
You can always get better and then maintain, but it's not necessarily you're lacking or sick, right? That's why I'm like, hospital. No one goes to hospital just to maintain.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, yearly checkups, things like this, yeah. But
clinics.
You know what I mean? Dentist 2 times a year type of thing, but like upkeep. But because church is positive to me, again, as someone who doesn't go regularly, it's a positive outcome you seek. Not like but then again, like, here I am contradicting myself, because the word save is used a lot. Again, religion is a huge blanket term. And it doesn't apply to everyone and every belief. But my thing was, like, I thought for someone who literally is in the gym as much as he is, the gym analogy would have fit.
I'm sure if you brought it up to him, he would be like, yeah, you're right.
But, I'm not going to jump in.
Yeah, but it's, Jamie that motherfucker.
Jamie that motherfucker. Well, I actually want to do one camera in the corner there facing this way. So you'll see me kind of more in the foreground, and then this in the background, but I'll have the mic there too.
Nice.
And then you guys also, I still got to figure out how you guys can see what you look like on camera. In the beginning, I showed Gabe, he said, "Wow, should take the hat on or off?" Because,
yeah.
And I was like, he's looking this way to see the screen, but he's not going to look this way. He did actually look this way a lot. He looked at me, a lot. But when you look this way, it's not, the light falls on your face different than when I'm looking at you like this. Now
do you think you should have a light here? Or would it be too distracting?
There's so much things I want to do. This isn't the optimal setup, but it's what works, because the light will spill. This white light spills on this wall and it negates. Look, like right here is a perfect example. Yeah. You see how the white light's overpowering the blue light? So if we wanted to have a clear, like, solid color wall that's controllable, I have to really control and shape these lights. Or, which I don't have in this particular space, but we could just use space and distance this table from this wall. Yeah. So none of this spills on there. You know what I mean? So there's always space, power, like intensity, angles, and like even this light, I'd like to have it a little bit more diffused, so it's not as hard. But I mean, I started this motherfucker with just nothing, and a big ass lantern light set up. Like, it was just the art part again. It's creating, it's constantly moving, and a lot of it's cyclical. So I might land on something I tried last year, 2 years ago, and just iterate it differently this time. So we'll see. But I mean, overall, the last two are like, not to say the other ones weren't, but like the last two felt like you were getting in a rhythm, albeit with guests, I think the true test is going to be a guest that you're meeting for the first time here.
Yeah.
Because that's very different.
Yeah. It is. It is.
And we got one more 9-0, right?
Yeah. Next.
So,
and after that, like, let's just fucking work on us.
Bro, we're doing Hona Kai, bro.
Yeah.
I already thought.
Yeah.
Yesterday I had on Rainbow right over. I was like, fuck, I gotta get my drone out.
Getting chased by dogs.
Boxing on the sidewalk, hearing the Monopool Man music, chasing the Monopool Man,
Egging houses.
raking mango leaves,
Fighting chicken.
jumping fences,
Burying my dog in the front yard.
Ooh.
Bodyboarding in the canals after a big rain.
busting bottles in the canals,
Oh, that was all you. I never do that. Rolling jabongs down the street.
walking from our house to the park, going Castros,
Riding our bikes in a little Stranger Things group to Coolina.
a little Stranger Things group. We was that group.
Yeah, we was.
Riding our bikes from here to Electric Beach.
Bro, riding our bikes from here to Kapolei. Burning out in mom's Mazda MPV van.
Ooh, starting brush fires with firecrackers.
Oh, starting brush fires with lighters.
Period.
Not funny.
Stop.
Nah, I don't condone
Stop.
that. Remember the time I smashed your head into the wall and you cry?
Dumb. Good thing that wall had a little give.
Why did I do that?
Cause he was a punk. He was hurt
Hey,
inside. You
seeking
needed to hurt
attention.
somebody. So I was the one there because mom was at work.
Remember we used to play Baby and the Daddy. Baby and the Daddy was a game that me and Kendra would play after mom told us, you guys gotta go to sleep. Close the door. We would use our bed as the boat. And then one of us would be the baby, one of us would be the daddy.
But
And
it was
then-
always like a fishing adventure.
It was always
He was
fishing.
always out at sea. How old? Like,
No, it was seniors in high school.
he was one for grad. We still paid daddy and the baby.
It's crazy, man. We found mad ways to entertain ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, but fucking feeding Rainbow action. Because
And then mom, huh?
oh yeah.
It's almost that time.
Okay.
So yeah, man, I gotta get ready for work shortly, but all in all, I'm really happy where Taisei Discovers is, and like it was interesting because every opponent or guest you prepare for it differently, and with Gabe, I thought about it a lot. I put down minimum notes. I
saw it.
And then I thought, I know him well enough, and we have enough deep connection. We have a connection deep enough that, like, I know that we're going to hit what we need to hit organically.
You know you're gonna get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I know it's gonna present a different. I've only met the guy 4 or 5 times in life, and we've had conversations during those times, but it was all. I'm the maitre d', the host, and he's the guest. But I did make sure to let him know that I was just really, I admired him for being such a young lion, and his disposition, like the way he carries himself. This guy's he's a man, you know what I mean? Like he's on man since he was 16, 15. And now he's 20 something, and he's literally bringing these young lions up.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
What?
Bro, he has his own gym. So where Gabe wants his own gym, and I know it has his own gym.
Okay.
And it's I think it's Young Boys Inc. It's right in Kapolei. So I'm gonna hit him up after this, and I'm gonna ask him what days they train. And then I don't know if it'd probably be wise to just go and get some footage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would love to be there, but we'll see how that works out. Thanks, man.
Right.
I felt really comfortable, but I felt like the Roland one was pretty comfortable. I just haven't seen it.
I didn't
The Roland
put
one.
the review up.
Did you? The Roland one.
Yeah.
If
I didn't,
I don't think so.
know. Well,
If you didn't, yeah, I'd love to.
oh, I didn't. I also have the Paula one.
You do?
I had to like download it off
Yeah.
my storage, but like I have it all. That's why I made that clip for the one that you just posted today or yesterday.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I had to download all the footage again.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
That was a hit.
Just like
That was just
information.
raw
That was Taisei.
game.
Yeah.
That was just game.
Spitting game.
Every now and then, people need to remind people.
Yeah, and you know what though? Like that's what this started upon, right? Was my passion for wine. wine is a complement to food. It's a labor of passion and love. A lot of them are family owned. There's a lot of artisanal aspects to the production of wine and the culture of wine. Every culture in this world has their form of wine, which comes from a fruit, right? Essentially grapes. And there's thousands of different types of grape varietals that do well in certain climates, different soils, different sun contact. There's so many different variables that can make a great wine. And then pair it with something to eat. During a meal, sitting down with your favorite people you love, in an important situation, it's part of the curation of an amazing experience. And at the end of the day, that's what life is about. Those experiences with the people that you love, when you come together and bask in what it means to have connection with humans. Tyson, this guy, every place, every country in this world has, you know what I mean? Like that.
The very first video.
Yeah.
I remember because I put in like some stock footage of like world stuff.
Yeah.
When you said something about every culture in the world has it.
And essentially grapes. You know what I mean? I don't know. That was game too. But that piece right there was like, oh, and the court going in the beginning with Taisei discovers. That when that came out, I knew already, okay, I gotta lean in, take this seriously.
Well, also at that point, it's like once you put it out there, which is now, I was working on it last night too, the one for Kealoha. It's a statement piece of who, what, and why. You knock all those out in a statement piece that has, B-roll, vibey music, voiceover narration, or again, intentional writing that connects because there's no call to action. Sign up now. 5 spots. It's none of that shit. It's this is what you're signing up for. And then after that, I know it invigorated you.
Yeah.
Me too. But also others who already know you, either in real life or virtually.
The day before Thanksgiving, if that's the day you want to shoot Honokai,
that's bruh.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
I like doing Honokai.
Okay. Yeah. No.
That one gonna be good.
Yeah.
Again, not because of what other people gonna think, but because how I feel thinking about it. And like,
there's so many stories, bro. Just reminiscing, being on the ground, walking.
Yeah.
Blook.
Just from our house to the basketball court. That
we're gonna have to skip the gym and just go 9 a.m.
Okay.
Just meet at mom's
Just
house.
bullet point.
Okay.
Brainstorm. Our house to the gym. Our house to the basketball court. That's one thing. Bus stops, canals, fruit trees, the field in the back.
The field in the back, the pipes.
The pipes.
This is how we used to get to the park.
Dogs. I just think everybody. I know everybody's dog too. Like
the pornos in the back,
the bottles,
the busting bottles in the.
Who was leaving those bottles? Is what I like know.
I don't know, but who was allowing us to do that?
Well, I mean,
who the fuck was allowing us to bust 40-ounce bottle?
No, it's not like anyone's letting us. It was just, again, nature was taking course. Whoever it was drinking by the canals and leaving all their bottles.
Yeah.
Such that 6 o'clock in the morning, the kids who wait for the bus stop, you put bottles by kids waiting.
We were so stoked when
I feel
we
bad
went
for
there.
the houses next
door.
Just every morning, 6 a.m., just hearing 40s
or stealing the jabongs and rolling them
roll.
down the hill. Dog.
Wasting fruit is what we was doing, and making loud noise. Bus glass,
star fruits.
Imagine how much bus glass.
Cause remember, I used to grab mom's thread, and then throw it out the bus window and watch the thread, and
throwing shit out of bus windows. That's a whole nother
throwing shit. I want to crack this windshield, and nobody's gonna notice me.
Damn, dude.
Cause I shit you not, when I pass buses now,
It's
I
been
think
20
about that.
years. So I think statute of limitations is in effect.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's already choke points.
Yeah.
Also, we gotta do is the phone on the wall. Something with that.
Yeah.
The phone, because that's still there. Done.
Cause
The phone on the wall. The fuck 682-5018.
Yep. Don't ask me what my password for my phone is.
Oh, that is a good one because I always gonna remember.
Always.
And every time I see a 682 number, I'm like,
Who's
who is it?
calling me from a landline in Holokai?
Bro, I get in Campbell Industrial, get some.
682.
I see it like on like Carpenter's truck or some work truck. I've seen 682 before.
We're at that age, man. Back in my day, I walked to school 5 miles without slippers.
You know what? One shot I am gonna get, and then we can kind of wrap this up.
Yeah.
There's like an aerial shot,
Uh-huh.
and you can literally see how we grew up on an island, or in an island, on an island. However we want to word it, because Honokai is really just an island,
Yeah.
an isolated cluster of
No gas station,
of houses,
no store,
nothing,
just
homes.
residential community,
That's it.
old school,
surrounded by fields.
built for the plantation workers to live.
Who built for what? Like, maybe we'll find. That's the kind of shit we put this kind of stuff out there.
Yeah.
These answers and these kind of people.
Yeah.
will probably show up.
Imagine drone shot, boom.
Yeah.
You might already have it. Nanakai Gardens, Honokai Hale. Bus stops, X,
1, 2.
X,
Yup,
X, X,
yup, yup.
right? As
1,
we're
2,
talking
3,
about
4.
it. Ding.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4. Yep.
Yep. And then just,
Yep.
okay. And then when you have that, then you have this is where our house was. Well, maybe we don't do that.
Yeah, we'll
for
see. We'll
mom's
see about
sake,
that. We'll
right?
see. Yeah.
Or this is the path that we went. And we stop here, we stop here. This is Castro's, boom, right?
Basically, one map.
Yes, a map. Brother Josh, how you doing, brother Josh?
Oh yeah.
Right? And then, you know what I mean? And then just freaking boom, brother Ben,
Yeah.
freaking Larry, the guy on the couch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Adrian, the other black guy in the neighborhood.
Honda Mike
You know,
or Dave.
the Honda Dave Peterson.
Then you can go either around
Donnie
the back,
Verger. Yep.
around the back
Yep.
of the pipe to the park,
Yep.
or you go up. What's that? Yeah. Or you go up Pa'akai.
Pa'akai.
Pa'aloa. Pa'akai.
This nigga,
Oh my
honestly,
goodness.
I don't know.
Waimea, because we was over in Waimea.
Yeah,
but
well, Malahuna. That's all I know.
okay.
Okay.